Alright guys, BLM here, back with more. Hitman, continuing on. We just started, was it the second episode? Let's go.
So, yeah, this is great. This pandemic's great. He was clearing up. So
social distancing is great, right?
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah. Okay, Matt, tell us.
How are we supposed to get in there?
Would like to know that. Did you get a call from production in the spring of 2020 to inquire about your interest to play Big Brother 22 All-Stars?
I recommended you to Chef
Look, I was on the tier 2 email list. I think we all probably all this is
No, I don't know about the tiers. What are the tiers?
We don't know about the tiers?
Yes, is it like parent legend tiers?
No, so what happened? I thought this is just common knowledge.
No.
Here we go then, super fans, a little glimpse. So, you get this email, right?
Because if this was the cast that they got, this was tiers, T-E-A-R-S.
Well, like, for instance, it's just to, like, set the barometer of things. So here's where we are, level set on the tiers. And it's an email out of nowhere from production, just kind of checking in on you. Hey, how I was just seeing how you were handling the pandemic. Meanwhile, I haven't heard from these people in, like, 10 years, right? So it's very transparent, and there's a lot of transparency going on. So you know that things are rumbling at the time, but you know that you're also not important enough to get that actual phone call. So I was not on tier 1 phone call.
Yeah.
I was on tier 2 email. I feel it's an expansive tier, and I feel like I probably was on the bottom. I don't think I'm like probably. I feel like they would. I think I can be good for the program, but I think politically, and I don't mean like politically like Republican, Democrat, that politically. I mean like PR. So I don't think they like me. I don't think my Twitter handle following Julie Chen Moonvez's Twitter handle. I keep changing my name along with her.
Yeah.
I feel that probably upsets them in some way, and they wouldn't want to like.
I was going to ask you, like, do you feel like that you are on the no-fly list, and what did you do exactly that got you there?
I think it's just the candid demeanor with which I may rumble about Big Brother over the years. Not in, I don't say I'm like always shitting on them, but I'll shit on them when it's deserved. And there are some alumni, some who are probably getting calls back, some probably on that tier 1 list, who just veer away from shitting on Big Brother at all. It's just best they don't.
Yeah.
And so those are the ones that are probably getting calls back. I'm not that guy, I don't think.
Okay, so how do you know that there was a tier 2 list as opposed to
I didn't see him there.
Did everybody get the email, or there were people that are below tier 2 that didn't get the email?
So there are people who did not get the email.
Okay, weren't even in the mix. Yeah.
So I leave that unnamed. But they're definitely alumni, yeah.
Because Matt, this happened with Survivor at one point where I think it was like around Survivor 30. They did the thing like, hey, we just want to update our database with all of your updated contact information. And it was like, what's your name? What's your address? Would you ever play Survivor again? If you did, would you play Lily versus Water? Who would you bring as your relative if you were going to play? So there was a whole thing. But then there were people that didn't get the email. And I really think that they intended to send the email to everybody, but I think there were just some people that were not even in the system of that they would still like to send the blast email to, and they were very like, did you get the email? I didn't get the email.
Sorry, sir.
We didn't get the email. What does it mean? Should I contact them? I didn't get the email.
Yeah, see, that can cause a lot of contention amongst alumni. I feel like a lot of jealousy.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Don't keep those cans behind
I don't know if okay, here's what I'm gonna do, Rob. And I don't know if we can. This is the benefit of this not being a live show. So just sit down. We just don't do this.
Yeah.
I have in front of me.
Okay, well, I think at this point, yeah.
And if you'd like, I will dictate the tier 2 email because I'm looking at it. And
I don't know if that's necessary. I don't know if that's necessary. We don't need to like nuke the bridge.
We can do that, man. We could X that out.
What if you paraphrased it?
It's really weird. Like, here's what's weird about it. Here's what it will do. It's like interspersed with a lot of comics, like one-panel comics, but like they're comics that you would see in like an old Reader's Digest or something that would be like in a doctor's room waiting office. And
it's like a PowerPoint presentation where there's like some like visual jokes in the email.
Yeah, it's like
hanging in there, and then it's like a cat in a tree.
Yes. So there'll be like a sentence, and then like a really goofy comic, and then another sentence. Then there's like one of those, like
inspirational images, like a keep calm kind of, I'm saying, like that and stuff. And it's odd, definitely. The subject is checking on ya.
Checking on ya. Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
First
checking on you. Too impersonal. Checking on ya.
Oh, it's good they're here.
It's like you feel like
a dog
like
family. I know I personally was a huge concern of theirs, and that's why that email was personally sent to me in not a copy-paste format.
Yeah, do we know if anybody who got the tier 2 email ultimately got on the show?
I don't know. I think not. I mean, I'm thinking Enzo wasn't on their call, right? Or
because with Survivor, I think sometimes they will call like
Sure thing, boss.
50, 60 people. They cast a wide net and they go from there in terms of like trying to see who's available. I don't know if they sort of like, all right, here's the 70 you want to do with this.
And this also, I mean, casting during the quarantine must have had a whole other element of factors to go into this. So
So, all right, Matt, tell me, have you enjoyed Big Brother 22 so far? What's been your overall take on this season?
Yeah, I'm glad we have Big Brother, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it hasn't been on long, but it has been a roller coaster for me. I feel like I saw the cast and I was initially like, really? But I think my initial was because some of the players are very jarring. Like, you see a David and you just go, what? Why? Or Christmas, you go, what? And so that initial shock got me like, angry, surly, like, this sucks, of course. But then I sat and thought about it. It's like almost all, fourth placers or above, mostly. I think so. It's like, okay, maybe they didn't, knock them all out of the park, but then I got kind of excited. This is gonna be a decent season, right? And just now the way it's kind of panning out with all this bro-y stuff and the dudes and all that. I think we're losing a lot of the players we're interested in keeping. So I'm up and down with this one.
Well, let me ask you about the similarities between this season and when you played back in Big Brother 12, because Enzo is here. We saw coming into this season, we said, okay, well, how long until Enzo makes the new brigade? And it was not long at all. But this new brigade seems like it's been incredibly successful so far. It seemed like everybody knew what Enzo's strategy was going to be, and he's actually done a really good job. And now, between you and me, Matt, I kind of thought Enzo was like a joke. I didn't think that he was actually good at the game. I remember, he came out off of your season and was like, I got the best social game of all time, yo. And everyone was like, what an idiot. Can't believe he said that. But he's actually been really good. What's going on? Did he get better, or were we always sleeping on Enzo?
No, he's doing great this season. Honestly, it's wild. I've said elsewhere, I think this is the first time we're getting to see him actually play Big Brother, because he kind of coasted through last season just being a goofy dude who was making people laugh, but never really played particularly, I don't feel. And so he started this season doing the same thing. He was just being like a nice dude, which is a great way to carry you very far in a game, but you'll never win. And now he's kind of making enemies. You have to when you win stuff. And it's great, and he's becoming like an actual threat, but he also still is that same social guy. So I think he's playing a really good game. I feel like it's going to catch up to him. His nominations last week were, people complained that they're kind of weak and stuff, but really at that point in the game, it's not fun for the viewers, I guess. But I get it. I get what he was doing. He doesn't need to go, this is my big move in week 3. He just needs to tally that HOH on the board and go, here, I got this HOH. And he's playing a very, very good game. I don't know.
If Enzo goes on to win this season, is Big Brother 12 looked back at any differently?
Not differently, but I think just even more so in the direction that it already is looked at. We had a great cast of characters. I'm not saying that if I was not on 12, I would say season 12, outside of 10, probably had the best cast of characters.
Is Big Brother 12 the best cast of Big Brother? Now,
I think 10 is.
10 is?
But 12... I think so.
I don't know. What's a very good? Give me what?
Okay.
You got Dan.
This depends how you look at it.
Okay.
10 is the best cast of characters, just like a cast of characters, like the people, the eclectic, strange mix of people and how they went together. But 12 or 12 Outsit is, I think we maybe weren't we were good characters too, but not as good as 10. But throw in the gameplay
let's go ahead and
I think
save
was
again.
a lot better than 10's overall gameplay. They were like legitimate characters, and that's where I think 12 did better.
Yeah.
And we had icons. We had like a winner. Rachel went on to win.
Yeah,
Hayden went on Survivor.
Your season, first time players. We have, of course, Present Company, Enzo, Brendan, Rachel,
Monet,
Brittany Haynes. Yeah. Don't forget about Captain Kosher. But also Hayden, who went on to go become a Survivor player. Lane, who was no slouch. Like, that's a deep cast.
It is. It was a solid season of players too. I feel the last like really good overall, just like comprehensively kick-ass season.
Yeah, and so you have that cast. We don't need to do the side by side with season 10. Maybe season 10 might have been a more exciting season.
Jerry fell in the pool.
Jerry fell in the pool. Sure.
It's great. Keisha.
Sure.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
So, all right, Enzo is here in this season and doing great. Do you think that he can win?
He needs to kind of, last season, season 12, I would have said, Enzo, you gotta really start doing something. This season, Enzo, you gotta pump the brakes a little, because if he keeps this up, he's gonna have to somehow piece it through to the end, because he's really making himself quite the threat. He's not, though. For some reason, he's not. I don't hear his name coming
Yeah, this was
up.
opposite mistake. I didn't think they would fucking catch me that quickly.
And socially, everyone likes him. At some point, when the players start whittling down, everyone's gonna go, "Oh, we forgot about Enzo. We gotta get rid of this guy."
Now, Matt, can you tell us, way back when you played with Enzo 10 years ago, was Enzo an aspiring rapper at that point?
He was, but it wasn't. From my understanding, his rap alter ego preceded the Meow Meow, and now this rap thing is a reversion back to something that I suppose was even prior to Meow Meow.
Okay. This past week, when Enzo was still HOH, that there was a thing where CBS was giving Enzo questions from Twitter. And the question from Twitter was a listener or a Big Brother viewer at Maggie Hall 17 said to the Meow Meow, can the Meow Meow please give us a BB22 rap? Matt, are you interested in hearing Enzo's HOH rap?
Yeah, is his Twitter handle still have all those underscores on it?
I think that he turned it private. What was Enzo's Twitter handle from?
It was like underscore meow underscore meow, and then like 2 more underscores even after that, I think.
Yeah, because I tried to look up, so it was Enzo,
On your knees,
Enzo Colombo Twitter smartly completely deactivated all social.
That was smart.
Yeah. Okay. Now, at Enzo BB12. At Enzo underscore BB12. If this is the real guy.
He likes underscores, it might be.
He does like underscores. I hate underscores.
Oh, the worst.
They are the worst. I'm glad we can agree on that. Alright. But here's a little bit of the Meow Meow, aka Dwight Squall, with an HOH rap.
Oh, he really did
Maggie Hall
this.
17 asks, can the Meow Meow please give us a BB22 rap? Alright, you put me on the spot, but alright.
Okay, Matt, do you think that is this true freestyle rap, 8 Mile style, or has Enzo been rehearsing this?
Let me ask you, is this like video, like from the diary room that CBS does?
No, it's not in the diary room. He's in the HOH room reading cards. They must have given him a stack of cards, and he's like, okay, this question is from so-and-so.
Is it on CBS.com, though?
This was tweeted by the CBS Big Brother Twitter account on September 2nd.
I think he's gonna freestyle.
Okay.
It's about, I can hear it. Let's see, I think freestyle.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. Let me just get into character, and I'll do it.
Glasses on.
Compromise there, so we're lowering down a bit.
Put on over his head.
Alright. Let someone give me a motive. and I'll close in like a Doberman, foaming with his teeth showing. Too many claim to be the chosen. Yeah, and then leave with their hearts broken as an omen. So show me an opponent with a weak ploy for this brigade boy to seek and destroy. That's what happens when he push me to a point to strike like an ambush. If respect wasn't met, then expect the unexpected. When this legend amongst all stars never stands short.
I can't believe that the Series X
That's it.
is, or Series
That's
S,
it.
sorry, is actually $299.
That was pretty hard for the dude to put up Kevin
Pretty
and
good.
That sounded
I
like
mean,
someone
that's
who's gonna
pretty
make
cheap.
an explosion in the house.
Again, like, pretty surprised it's that low. Mine does seem pretty clear that Xbox doesn't give a shit about their fucking consoles. But still, I mean, like, $299 is pretty fucking good.
Stayed at his place, in his basement, and then that night,
Like, I'm still personally, like, obviously more attached to
and then
PS5,
that
but still,
night,
it's like,
I went to the studio with him and watched him lay down.
not bad there. Okay, so let's leave.
Yeah, hold on. Now, when you were
Oh,
in
shit.
the basement, did you run into Enzo's aunt in the basement?
I got a 3-floor house.
Ah, shit, they're all still looking for me.
Shaves my back.
I know it was a nice basement. He let me sleep in the bed, which was cool. And he took the couch. That was super considerate of him.
Yeah.
Even though I'm much tinier, could fit on the couch easier.
Trespassing.
I appreciated
God
that.
damn it.
Okay. So you went to the studio with him, and he was gonna.
So I'm
lay
pretty
down
much trapped
a
then.
track. Are there any other members of the band? Oh, or is,
It was Dwight Squall and Wally Sparks.
who's Wally Sparks?
So Wally Sparks is his like partner, like the other guy or whatever.
Wally, like Wally, because I feel like that the rap name would be like Wall-E, but I guess that's more of like a Pixar character.
No, Wally and Sparks, SPX, but his real name is something else. It's one word, like kind of like Madonna or Cher or Prince. It's like one word because
Oh shit, that was not a great idea then.
purpose or paper or something, a P word maybe, I feel like. But anyway, that's the guy's other name. But his rap name, but he's a talented dude, I guess. And I guess this guy's been like in the rap game in the Bayonne scene for a while. I learned all this thing with Enzo and hanging with his crew. And that was part of it, man. It was part of the thing.
What year was this?
This was last summer.
Was rap career really taking off for Enzo?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I failed because I need this outfit, don't I?
Is it getting bigger? Is it like, or is it something that was like when he first got off the show, he was doing more, and then he doesn't really do it that much anymore?
Okay, his first performance ever as Dwight Squall was the weekend that I stayed with him, and it was at the Big Brother 21 was that premiere, 21 premiere.
Yeah.
So that was like I don't believe he's performed since. I don't know.
Yeah.
But now he's on Big Brother. I presume when he gets out,
It's really taking
I
off.
would think that's going to be like a thing, right? A
Yeah.
catalyst. I would try and get Wally Sparks on the show, honestly, and see if I bet Wally's doing probably like some promotional. If I was Wally Sparks, I would be like, let's get on this Dwight Squall stuff now, because when he gets out, he can ride this. That's what I would
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Maybe I'll manage Dwight Squall.
I'm surprised he hasn't talked about it more on the show.
I am too, quite honestly. I thought that he would drop the Meow Meow thing and kind of go with the Dwight Squall, again, in a promotional way. I'm actually surprised myself.
Okay.
And look, I hope I don't sound like I'm dogging on him. He's actually quite talented for his, for what he does. If you're into that, style of music, he's quite gifted in that stuff.
So, no, I know that you guys have a legitimate friendship, and that, I don't know if you saw this, that I have a clip hot off the presses from, I believe from 3:45 a.m. This morning of Enzo talking about his experience at Halloween.
He was never at Halloween.
Okay, well, all right, well, let's hear it, and you can fact check this story. Okay, all right, here's Enzo talking with Cody and Ian, who Ian also seems
Ian was at Halloween.
Okay, Ian seems to be quite a Halloween expert. Okay, all right, here is Cody, Ian, and Enzo.
I actually like that dinosaur. I think out of all of them, I think that was the coolest. I wore mine for Halloween. $200? You want to buy it for $200? No.
Okay, I like Cody is trying to make a side hustle here, selling his dinosaur costume to Ian. He's like, oh, here's some sucker fan. You want to buy my costume for $200?
Cody has to listen. Cody's about to listen to a discussion about Halloween. He has no idea who I am.
Yeah.
100%, right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. But Enzo is saying that he wore his penguin costume.
Okay, you know what? I think what I'm gonna do.
I wore mine at a Halloween party.
I wore the dog, and then I sold it. Yep.
Yeah.
I've been saying I wore it to Matt Hoffman's Halloween party.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Damn, Halloween. Matt from your scene?
Yeah.
Oh, see, Cody does know who you are.
Cody, big Hoff maniac. Cody is.
I guess so.
I thought we did a cameo.
Let's do that. And I think I want to try to do that.
He came to Big Brother All-Star.
We're gonna keep this obviously because this is progress further. But I want to go back and see if I can get this because I want to, like, I want to do those stealth opportunities.
You flew to Chicago to go to that? Yeah, I wanted to go.
He invited me, but I was like, I can't go. I got the kid.
You flew out to Chicago to go to that? Just to go.
Yeah, there's other Big Brother. I think it was
There's
Rachel
a lot
there.
Alright, so Enzo is not saying Ian is saying that he went there. Enzo is he knows about it, but he wouldn't go.
Yeah. He's a hard kid. I mean, you know how it is. He's canceling on your podcast and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Here's more from Enzo.
Rachel was there.
I think Reagan was there. Was Reagan there?
Not that year, maybe another year, but there were like people from my season went. And like, where do you have it? At his house. Is it a big ass house?
Cody has a lot of questions about Halloween.
Yeah, this is the confusion of someone who would have no idea who Matt Hoffman is and what Halloween is. What?
Yeah. What?
How am I supposed to do this?
What?
Why would you do this?
It's a big question.
Doesn't make any sense.
You think Cody would have gone?
Probably.
Really attached to
I'm gonna invite him.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a house in the suburbs, 2 stories, probably like 3 or 4 bedrooms.
How many bedrooms?
It's a 4 bedrooms.
4 bedrooms. Okay.
That'll work.
So it was like, it was a nice party. Where did you stay? Anybody there? At his house. I told you. Oh shit! I told you.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
Who the hell are you?
This is so fun to get your reaction to this. Cody, I would be completely, like, if Cody Calvert was asking so many questions about my house, I would just be totally gobsmacked.
This is amazing. I got it by Cody over.
Would he sleep over? He seemed very surprised that Ian slept in your house.
I gotta get your sleep over with Cody and we'll like record it.
Yeah.
Go to Chicago after this whole COVID stuff.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I've stayed at his house like on 3
This works. This is
Okay, is
ridiculous.
that true?
Okay, so one time, this is one time where I was hanging out with my kid, and I get a call, and it's Ian, and he's like, I don't know the exact circumstances. He was like stuck at the O'Hare, like something happened with his flight, and he was gonna be there like a day, and he's like, can I just crash there?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So Ian came over, we went to Chili's. It was great because it's like, oh man, we both love Chili's, and like a fun time. Yeah.
Did you room with him at Reality Game Masters?
I did.
Yes.
We spent a lot of time together.
Yeah. He came to my house one time, and we did a podcast about Die Hard.
I love Ian.
Yeah. I love him too.
I'm starting to think that maybe wasn't the best idea.
Okay. All right. Hopefully he doesn't have any embarrassing stories about the time he was at your house.
Yeah. You tight with him? We're good friends. I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Oh, Enzo just subtly dropping he's good friends with you.
So you should be name dropping that off. And I would be that. If I was in the house, I could help your social game.
Did you catch when Enzo said he's coming to Chicago when COVID is over? So in 5 years from now, expect a visit from Enzo.
Oh, this is where I'm gonna book him. I'm gonna be his manager. I'm gonna get him a gig out here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good friends with Matt. I like Matt. It's cool.
We were just talking about the Diamond Power.
Oh, thanks to the Feats cut.
Cody knows the Diamond Power veto, too.
They brought the Diamond Powers veto Feats cut, but they'll come back.
It's like, oh yeah, I'll save myself this week, but I'll go home the next.
Thanks,
What was it? You said, didn't you say something like brigade power move? Kathy.
Yeah.
Something like
All right, Cody is really scoffing at your gameplay, Matt.
Ah, shit.
I'm gonna renege my invite to Cody.
You got rid of Kathy.
This isn't the way to get invited to Halloween 2020. You're talking about me like this.
Halloween 2020 is on Zoom, right?
I am. Cody is blocked.
Cody is blocked. Okay. All right. What does Enzo have to say about putting Kathy on the block?
Cigarettes, that's all. She was never doing DRs. She was just smoking cigarettes.
Did he not talk to you guys about it?
No, that's why it
Where's his phone?
Yeah.
Who was the last Big Brother contestant that was smoking cigarettes? Is that like, if you are a smoker, can you even get on the show anymore?
That's a great question. Like, I remember...
this time you saw me, though.
There used to be a video of him smoking cigarettes back
Okay,
in Big
fine.
Brother 14.
Yeah, let's reset that then.
I feel like that maybe that was one of the things that went out with Big Brother 15.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. That's true.
I'm sure somebody we'll get a million tweets about this.
Yeah, people bring in like vape pens now and stuff. Is it because the kids
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Ian smoking was so great. He just looked so happy.
Yeah, people don't smoke as
He
often
just
anymore, do they?
savored every puff of that cigarette.
Okay.
You would have said, like, yo, you gotta use it on, like, somebody else.
Someone on the other side of the house is a strong fucking play, and we're going to the Final Four easy. You know what I mean?
Wait, how many people were left at the time?
Shit.
8 or 7?
7 or 8, yeah.
I thought you got rid of Matt out of the brigade, like, way earlier.
No, he did a lot.
Yeah, Cody is like, well, you should have got rid of him first.
Cody, what the fuck, man?
It was such a roller coaster ride with Cody.
I know.
I thought he was a fan.
I thought he was too.
He was doing all the, like, the brunt. Well, Hayden won the first one and set us up. And then Matt won a couple of them. And then Rachel won, I think Rachel won like 2 of them.
Yeah, but was Rachel working with you guys?
Rachel we weren't her target. She was going after the girls. Like, she was going after Kristen. She was going, I think she was going after the girls. And then Brittany, she didn't put...
Okay, that's actually a decent spot.
That's good.
Hot talk. Big shout out to one of our listeners, Liv, who is on top of
So we're gonna make a
all of
new
this
save
stuff.
for this.
She
I'm
sent
not
back
willing
clips
to
me and
overwrite
said, you gotta play
anything.
this for Matt Hoffman.
That is hysterical. That's funny. Halloween.
Halloween making it to the live feeds, and Cody, very interested.
I'll invite Cody over for a slumber party postings. I'm sure he'll follow.
Yeah, sure. So, good news, Cody. You're invited to Halloween 2020.
Come on!
Yep, too late. You're invited. Okay. Matt, now, I know that you have a long-standing friendship with Rachel Riley. Does that mean, have you been pulled into this feud between the Nicole Franzel versus Janelle? Have you had to pick sides on this?
I still have time to cancel my reservation to
I think we're good.
To Turks and Caicos. So I am still kind of deciding what I'm going to do about that.
Okay. Is the alumni in between? We have all the rumors and everything, but is does the alumni pick sides on things like this?
I think they feel like they must, right?
Yeah.
If you have some sort of a dual allegiance to these people, you have to. Sometimes most of the time the postseason drama, especially nowadays. I feel like in old school Big Brother, all the drama was on screen, and then when the game was over, they left it in the house, and then that was it. And now it's like the seasons are so boring, and no one wants to ruffle any feathers. But then we get out of the house, and it all just.
That's a great point. That the season is just all about, hey, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, and now I'm outside and I'm on social media, and now it's the time, because I guess both things are all about just getting social media followers. So when I'm on the show, I just need to hang on for dear life to be on the show as many weeks as possible, and then when I'm off the show, I need to fight tooth and nail to keep my relevancy. So that's when they gotta pull out all the stuff.
I want to make another save.
To sort of hey, I gotta keep my name out there.
Exactly.
I think we'll probably make a fourth save then. Or fifth,
for
I
the
guess.
viewers that we must sit through. We just have to get through it so we can
How
get
many
to
saves
whatever's going to
left
happen
here? Okay.
afterwards. And that's when
So we can make another one.
That's when all the good stuff is gonna go on. So do you feel like that Big Brother 22 outside the house will be especially messy?
I'd like to think not, because part of the reason for the messiness, I think, is that all that popularity is so new. These are people who are plucked from obscurity, and then they're placed into the public. Everyone in All-Stars should kind of have a bearing on that, but I don't know, maybe not, especially some of the newer people like the Baileys and maybe David to some extent. Who else is newer? in the house. But yeah, some of the newer people might get affected like that still.
Yeah, so the podcasts I think are going to be a big deal, and I don't think specifically like it's weird for there to be podcast drama and not have any of it be with Rob as a podcast. But I do feel like that. Okay, so there's the Coco Caliente podcast. Matt is a frequent guest on Coco Caliente podcast. I think that they're going to probably do like Nicole Franzel's going to probably interview people from the season that are her friends, and then there will be a bunch of like Twitter responses clapping back to things that were said on Nicole's podcast.
Then someone else, someone else is going to make a podcast and
Cole
talk
Anthony.
about that.
Yeah.
Cole Anthony's podcast.
Yes.
Right? What does it feel like with Rob? Let me ask you this. Like, we're in this weird age where this is like the thing, right? Everyone needs their podcast. So like with you, in a way, it's like I feel like you would be like if you were like a surgeon, and you were like performing all these operations on people, and also people just were like, I have a knife, I can cut people open and do surgeries, right?
This looks
fine.
easy. Yeah.
Right? And you're sitting there going, wait, I went to school, like I've been doing this for years. Is it a weird feeling that like your industry all of a sudden getting inundated?
Alright, yeah, we'll end here though. We'll do another episode.
It's weird when
now,
the person that just like decided to become like a